Good afternoon. The idea of peace that is presented in the Bible really comes from the idea that there are two different parties that are at war, that are battling with each other, and that nothing is really right with anything, that nothing is really as it should be. That's the way in which we go through this world. When we interact with people, when we go out into this world, there are times where it just seems like things are not like they should be. Like we're not at peace in the midst of this pandemic. That we're not at peace in our relationships with each other, in society, with our marriage relationships, in our employer and employee relationships. That there's just not always peace. Things are not always as they should be. When we're facing the prospect of losing someone, if we're looking at people who are having health problems, when we're seeing those things, we realize things are not as they should be. Everything is not going the way that it's supposed to, and it leaves us feeling like there's no peace, like we're in turmoil all the time. And even if there are moments where things are going smoothly, we know, we can anticipate it. It's going to happen eventually. We're going to run out of peace. We're not going to always be at peace in every single thing. And it can leave us feeling like we're tired, like we're overdrawn, like we don't know where to turn. If you're feeling like that, if you're feeling that feeling of having no peace in your life, then you need to look somewhere else. Because if you continue to look around in your life, you're not going to find it. But if you look outside, that's where you can find it. And Colossians chapter 3, verse 15 tells you where. Let the peace of Christ control your hearts, to which you were also called in one body, and be thankful. Let the peace of Christ control your hearts. That the peace of Christ, to know that you are at peace with Jesus, and you're at peace with God because of Jesus. That trickles down into everything else in your life. When your heart is at peace with God, then you can be at peace in other areas of your life as well. And to know that you are at peace with God is the most important thing. To know that Jesus has paid for your sins, that Jesus has repaired the relationship between you and God, that He has set things so that they are right again between you and God. You are at peace. And so if you're feeling like you have no peace in the world, then let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, control your hearts, take over in your heart. Let that peace of Christ soak in, and let it soak in so that that peace from Christ can filter out into all those other areas of your life as well. That's what the peace of Christ can do. Until we see each other again, the Lord's blessings on your day.